There'll be plenty of room for everybody.
Oh, no problem.
This is where I've been making myself comfortable, so I can keep my music on, my Christian music, and the TV. And my husband bought me a new set of Bose speakers yesterday,
oh, cool.
and a new phone system, so that I'm not running around and tripping over myself trying to get to the phone and missing calls and all that ridiculousness. So let me make you some room. Please feel free to break and move.
Oh, we're fine. So what type of stuff's been happening here?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm right here, right?
Yeah.
It's coming right from out there. And it's like coming from that outside of that window.
Okay.
Okay. Did you get the original email, like that I had sent out when it was?
I think so, but like I said, I mean, we get so many of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah, that's how it is. Especially now it's getting to be Halloween season. This is our busy time of the year. We're booked solid.
Okay. You want me to get, there's a chair there I can get. I have other chairs in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
One more chair, a couple more chairs. I can bring one out of the kitchen for you.
That's fine.
Or we can, I can, like I said, move the computer. Well, let's see. When was that? It's been going on for a while. When I sent the emails out, it was horrible.
Okay.
Not that it's not horrible anyway. It's still horrible. Sorry. It's really loud and annoying and perverted, and it's a bad energy. I've seen pictures both ways. Like, I've seen it kind of like, in front of me, and I've seen it other ways. Whether I've had my eyes closed or whatever. And perverted things, whether it's a big penis or a gross picture of an animal, just gross things.
Okay.
Do you have more activity in one room than another?
Well, that room's a complete disaster in there. It's just full of boxes. And I used to do my makeup in there, just like where my clothes are and my makeup. I just bring my makeup out here now, because I got my Christian music playing and the TV. So I even sleep out here, so I can keep the music on. It's always from a window. Like, I can always tell you from like where I'm standing, where it's at. If I go outside, it depends if it's behind me or if it's somewhere else. And
So generally everything's outside the house.
All the noise and stuff's coming from outside area.
Right,
Okay.
right. But like I said, when in February, when I'd started to work on eBay. I was selling a violin. It was like my first project, and it started to get annoying and bad. I mean, very like painful. Like I've had like pain in my ears, pain to the anal area. Just because it's so loud and intense, and almost like it hurts your head. So exhausting, basically. And that's when it started to do some things out front, where like there was like an eye, just how transparent it's kind of transparent, but then it would like move away, or a picture of like just a black and white, like a picture of a person in the back seat. My brother was killed in a car accident. I think that's what the impression, thought it was doing. And then it moved away. And then it got, at the very, very worst of it, it was doing something with like a saw, like two saw blades. It was kind of like even in that window, I think it was actually just below that window. It was horrible. It was moving like really fast and saying like the devil and Satan, moving really fast like with these saw blades. So that was really bad. That was like, that's pretty much when I was just laying here crying. You know, that was really bad.
How long have you lived here?
4 years. My husband bought the house first. We'll be married 3 years November 1st. But this didn't start here. It started in Spokane, Washington. It was just, I just saw two pastors today. I went to a Mennonite church and I spent an hour with a couple of pastors, and I have been, talking to pastors, as you might imagine. And, it's like I told them, it came on real strong, and I was at a very happy place in my life. I had just gotten my own home. I signed the papers, I got my loan, I had a new love interest. I was very happy. I was spiritually very, very, very happy. I thought God had given me everything I ever wanted. I had never had a real boyfriend, I grew up here. I was born here. My family's here. I moved out west when I was 20. I was 32 when I found like somebody that was like, he was a little younger, and kind of made up for that, like, that maybe that boyfriend he didn't have in high school, or that kind of thing. And he was an artist, and I was really happy, very happy. It started out with like I heard noises on the roof, and then I started to hear stuff like, she's just trying to get sympathy for that bloody car accident, stuff like that. And I got a private investigator because I didn't understand. I was like, is someone watching me? Or I had a neighbor across the street who was married, but we had always been friends. He had gotten divorced. He always kind of liked me. So I thought, well, I don't see why he would do that, but you know how you can't figure it out? So I got a private investigator, and they like watched my house. Now this is what the guy said. He said there was a 15 megahertz sound machine coming towards my home. And that was, I had to pay a lot of money to get that kind of help. And then one day I was alone, and that's when it like really, I guess you would say, attacked, or brought me down into a position where I was like frightened and didn't know, what I mean? It got like, it was like it talked louder, and then it was like being between two speakers, really intense. And I ran across the street. My neighbor wasn't home, and it was like doing, it was around me, invisible, but it was saying like, I'm here to kill the whole family. So I didn't want to go back in my house, so I ran in my backyard, and it was going around the backyard like in a swirl, saying things like that, like, I'm here to kill your whole family. And
has anybody else heard it other than you? Your husband or anything?
no, I think the only thing that he would tell you is that I haven't been feeling well.
Right.
I've been tired. He has seen me in tears, tired.
I mean, that's very common. I mean, especially you got psychic vampires where they'll attach to you and just drain you, make you feel sick all the time. So I mean, it could be something like that.
Well, they go from your fear too. If you're scared and they're fear, they feed off of it. Yeah.
Well, it's come a long way. Like I said, 11 years is a really long time. And, especially where I was in life, being so happy, and then having your reality turned upside down one day is unbelievable. Yeah. And like I said, I had this boyfriend that was 7 years younger than me. I mean, as a female, all you females can kind of hopefully relate to that. That was just unbelievable. I didn't know how to tell anybody, And then I even called I remember calling the Catholic Church and them telling me, well, we don't deal with that. We don't deal with those things. And I'm thinking, well, So, you know, I left everything behind. I gave my house back to the the person that it was a private investor. Gave it back to him. He made 10 grand, and you know that fast. I came home to family in 2000. You know, it was kind of like they just kind of took me with like Dawn, just get a job, you know, forget about it. And then I finally went to see Dr. Andrew Nichols. I don't know if any of you are familiar with him, being in what you do. He's a parapsychology professor at the University of Gainesville.
I've heard of them.
Okay.